Hi guys, it's Tanya
and Malaysia
from Sofistika here. And one of the things we wanted to talk to you about is why a social media policy should be a priority for your business. So we know how important social media is, right? The chief benefit of using social media is to build brand trust, establish and maintain a reputation, improve your customer relationship management, and spread the word of mouth by monitoring, analysing, and contributing to the conversation. So why is a social media policy? What is a social media policy, and why is it so important to your business? It's a very controversial one, I suppose.
It is, and I think there's quite a few people against and for. So hopefully we can help you make that decision.
That's right. So a social media policy should really set out your business expectations for those working for you who are using social media either as part of their job or in a personal capacity, where the content communicated through social media relates to the business, employees, contractors, customers, partners, or competitors. So the primary objective of social policy is for your staff to enjoy being involved in the social media conversation while projecting the most appropriate and professional image at all times. So your social media policy should be created to clarify your rights, obligations, and the expectation that all the staff have in regards to the best interests of the business. So
you sometimes forget about that, and we'll give an example in a minute around you have access and you think, here, we just need to post content, but what if you're not protected? What if the staff member leaves? Do they have passwords that can access your content, your pages, and all of those elements, which sometimes
a lot of people don't think about that.
No, they don't.
And Melina's going to share a great example now of a real life example of something that happened last year with Nestle.
They did. So it was quite interesting. We all obviously heard of Kit Kat, and we've had a few in the past, and obviously Nestle is a big brand. They've had their own few major crises in relation to social media. So to kick it off, to put it into perspective, Greenpeace are always looking out for controversy. And there were so many supporters that were Greenpeace supporters. They were very successful in actually flooding Nestle's Facebook page late last year. And Kit Kat makers were kind of lashed out on social media, and one of their reps actually publicly lashed out on social media on their Facebook.
Not a great way to respond, is it?
No. So the case was that Greenpeace, which objected to the candy makers' use of palm oil, that allegedly came from companies that are trashing Indonesian rainforests, so very close to their cause, and pushing orangutans toward extinction. So they were saying, well, you're doing all this stuff with Kit Kat and whatever, you're promoting it, and it's wonderful, but you're actually destroying nature and wildlife. And Greenpeace in the UK actually uploaded a disturbing YouTube video. I really don't want to share it with you because it's actually quite disturbing, which Nestle then removed, which again, we talked to you about earlier, never, ever, ever, no matter what, delete a negative comment. We'll see in a minute why. And they cited that it was due to their copyright violations. So in some cases you can do this, but in this case, probably not so wise. Then Greenpeace supporters swarmed Nestle's Facebook page even more and actually changed their profile picture to alter the Nestle logo to Killer instead of Kit Kat. So you had the red logo instead of Kit Kat, it was Killer. Nestle, the brand, they played with their brand as well. And the backlash just grew exponentially the next few hours. It was a rant kind of backwards and forwards until the Nestle rep actually finally backed down and apologised and said, look, I really kind of shouldn't have done that. And now, obviously we're in 2015, Nestle no longer use palm oil in their products. So we'll have a full case study and we'll share that with you further down the track. So just very interesting as to, there's something very close to your heart and you're reacting to a brand that's being damaged or someone else is damaging your brand. You have to be very mindful of how you as a business and a brand interact with that. So as we're doing today, many branding blogs use the debacle as how not to. It's a case study as we're doing now in relation to Nestle. And even today, Nestle's page or Facebook page is actually peppered with negative comments from activists. So they still really haven't nipped that in the bud.
That's why having a social media policy is so important.
Correct. And at that time, it wasn't very tight. So their social media policy wasn't very tight. And it wasn't communicated to the employees, which is a very critical point. Your HR, your direct teams, even your contractors, people who deal with distributors, they should all be across social media policy and do's and don'ts. So in summary, if you're posting on any social channel, on your platform, remember, even big brands get it wrong occasionally. So if you have a social page or a Twitter handle and you don't have a social media policy, make sure that is one of your key objectives for 2016.
That's right. It only takes one click for it all to go wrong, really.
That's right. And we have all learned in our own ways. But look, don't be discouraged. And I guess what we're trying to say is don't get caught out as others are talking about your brand, whether you like it or not. Be prepared. Having a policy will simplify things, any issues that might arise, and actually will keep employees accountable for their actions, which is the key point of having social media policy.
Yeah.
Everyone's on the same playing field, no matter what. So hopefully that helps you to think about, if you don't have a policy, or tighten yours up. It's very wise to be doing that at this point.
And if you need to know more about it, then make sure you contact us, and you can email us at projects@sofistika.digital. We'd be happy to talk further to you about implementing a social media policy.
That's right. We've done quite a few in our time. So if you need a hand, you know where we are.
That's it from us, guys.
See you later.
See ya. Bye.